Hello and welcome to this week's video. My name is Philippa and this is the first lesson of a 12-week course called The Spirits of Nature. And over these weeks we're going to be working with the elements, and we're also going to be working with some of the spirits of nature. So, in these videos, I'm just doing a very shortened version of the lessons that I teach each week. So if you like the videos, you're welcome to make a donation to me if you would like to and just use the videos. Or if you feel like you'd like more, because the lessons, there's much more involved in the lessons. So if you live anywhere near me, I live in Wales in the UK. If you live anywhere near me and you would like to come and join in the lessons, then my email will be at the end of the video and you're very welcome to get in contact with me. So this first lesson is an introduction to the course. So we're going to just start with having our hands down onto the legs. If sitting cross-legged like this isn't comfortable for you, you can come into a seat like this or whatever suits you, or you can even sit on a chair. So just do whatever feels right for you. I'm comfortable sitting cross-legged, so I'm going to do this. So we're going to start with the hands down, and we are just tuning into the element of air, the breath. So if you're comfortable to do so, you can close the eyes or just lower the gaze just to take distraction away. And we're going to begin by just breathing in and out gently through the nose. So bringing the breath in through the nose right down into the lungs, filling the lungs, and then exhaling also through the nose. So just tuning in to the element of air. Wonderful. So then we're going to start to use the breath to begin to invite groundedness into the body. So we breathe in through the nose just like we were doing, and then as we exhale you can just begin to imagine or just feel yourself dropping into the ground. And you can even, if you want to, take your hands down so that they touch the ground beside you. If it's too far to have your whole hand on the ground, you can just have fingertips. But just feeling yourself as you exhale, just dropping into the ground. And it's really useful while you're doing this to close the eyes, because this can just really help you to drop into the earth. So just breathing gently, tuning into the air, to the element of air, and also dropping down into the earth. So feeling the element of the earth. Wonderful. So then I'm going to invite you, if you want to bring your hands, you can do one hand or both hands, onto the centre of your chest, your heart space. And as we are breathing, feeling the element of air and grounding ourselves down into the earth, I'm going to invite you to bring your attention into the centre of the chest, so behind your hands here, into the heart space. And I'm going to invite you to either imagine or feel or whatever works for you, in whichever way this works, to bring the element of fire into the centre of the chest. So this is where I like to imagine a candle flame in the centre of the chest, in the heart space, burning here. And just knowing that this fire, this tiny little candle flame, is always burning. when we're asleep, when we're awake, when we are happy, when we are sad, when we're in the dark, when we're in the light, whenever. This candle flame is always burning. The element of fire is always with us. Beautiful. So we're going to just start to make some small movements with the arms, beginning to bring the element of water into our being. So we're going to open the arms as wide as you can, breathing in, and then exhale, feeling the water flowing as we bring ourselves into a big hug. So taking the hands as far behind you as you can, feeling the water moving us as we take a little wave movement here, and then opening the arms out as wide as you can go, breathing in, exhaling, coming round all the way the other way, and again just bringing a bit of movement, a bit of flow into that place. Beautiful. So I'm going to invite you now to bring both hands out and forwards, and we're going to take the hands down as far as you can, so we're opening through the tops of the arms here. And then I'm going to invite you to bring one hand to the front of the other, doesn't matter which one you do. And we're going to bring the fingers towards us, so we're opening out the top of this wrist. And then we're going to swap and do the other side, opening up. So we're trying to push up through the elbow. If you're double jointed, then just come back a little bit. But if you're not like me, then that's beautiful. Wonderful. So we're going to bring hands down to the sides of the body, and we're going to begin to take some flowing movements, doing a side bend to one side. Just coming to where you can come. It might be that you don't go very far, making sure both sides of the sit bones are down on the ground. And then coming the other way, feeling the elements, all of the elements, air, earth, fire, water, as we are just taking some movement, going from side to side, opening up the sides of the body here. Beautiful. Lovely. And then we're going to come back, bringing the hands down beside the body, and we're going to start taking some nice circles, coming forwards with the body and then going all the way around. So just seeing what you can do, circling, trying to keep both sides of the bottom on the ground and circling the whole of the top of the body as far as you can go. When you get to the front this time, just changing the direction, going round the other way. Beautiful. Just going as far as you can go. Lovely. And then coming back to the centre, just taking a moment there. And then we're going to raise the arms up. You won't be able to see my hands, but it doesn't matter. And exhale, we're going to take a little twist. So taking opposite knee with hand, the other hand out behind. Breathing in as you look to the side, and then exhaling into the twist. So we're going to come back around, seeing if we can make this a nice fluid, watery, airy movement, coming all the way to the other side. Inhaling here and then moving a bit further into the twist. So we do this once more each side, so trying to keep it a nice flowing movement at the same time as we are grounding into the earth and feeling the fire within. Beautiful. So last breath in. And moving a little bit further into the twist. And then we're going to bring the arms back above the head and dropping back down. Beautiful. So I'm going to invite now just some gentle movements of the spine. So we're going to inhale and just bringing the chest forward and kind of looking up. So we're kind of bringing the spine forward. And then exhaling, taking the spine back, keeping hold of the legs so that the top of the head shines forward. Doing this a couple more times. So inhaling the chest forward, exhaling, taking the spine back. Once more like this, inhaling, breathing in, exhaling, taking the spine all the way back. So really feeling the spine moving in all those directions. Beautiful. So we're going to come on to all fours now. So we're going to transition around. I've got a nice soft block here. I love to pad the knees, so if you've got something like this, you can put it under the knees, or a cushion will do. If you're happy not doing that, then that's up to you. And we're going to have the fingers really spread as wide as you can have them, slightly in front of the shoulders, looking down between the thumbs. I like to have my toes underneath, but you don't have to do that. We're just in a neutral spine at the moment, and we're just going to tune into these 5 beautiful elements. So the element of the earth grounding us down, the element of air as we breathe in and out, the element of fire in the chest and all around us, the element of water as we begin to take some movement. So inhale, taking the spine down to the ground. Exhale, taking the spine to the ceiling and looking between the knees. And the element that I haven't mentioned yet, which is the element of spirit or ether. Ether. This is like the ether is like the spirit that we can't see, the universal energy that is all around us. So that is with us all the time as we're moving in these beautiful movements. So taking the spine to the ceiling on the exhale, spine to the floor, and the inhale looking forward. Beautiful. Then we're going to come back to a neutral spine. Just take another moment here. And then I'm just going to invite some nice fluid, watery movements here. So just doing whatever feels good for you, coming all the way forwards, coming all the way back, and anywhere in between. For a few times, few little movements, and then coming back into a central position. We're going to, if your toes aren't tucked, tucking your toes, and we're going to come up gently into a down dog, but with really bent knees. So really pushing into the fingers and the palms of the hands, keeping the knees bent to begin with, just adjusting your feet as you like to. So this is a really nice, gentle downward dog, knees bent. If this is too hard on your wrists, then come down and maybe just work in all fours instead. But if you're happy here, we're just hanging out here for a moment, and we're going to begin to take some nice watery movements. So this is beginning to work into the hamstrings. So we're pushing gently down into one heel and the other, opening the backs of the hamstrings a little bit of watery work. And then we're going to come back down. So drop back down to give the wrists a little bit of a rest. Maybe come down onto the elbows and just gently release the hands out a little bit. Lovely. And then we're going to come back up into the dog, and we're going to just do a little bit of work with lifting one foot and then the other. So finding your place, nice spread sun ray fingers, bringing the legs, the bottom up. You can have the legs a little bit straighter if you like this time. As we're breathing, we're taking the shoulders towards the knees. So the next time you inhale, I'm going to invite you to bring the right leg and just lift it as high as you can. You probably can't see my leg from here.
and then dropping down, and then bringing the other one up, just raising it up as high as you can, and then bringing it down. So we do that once more each side. So the legs might be beginning to straighten a little bit more now, they might not. Just doing what's right for you. Inhaling, raising the other leg up. And then we're going to bring this leg down, we're going to drop down. This time we're going to take the knees a bit wider. So taking the knees out a bit wide, big toes together, dropping the back, the bottom down. Now only if this works for you. If it doesn't, you can always come down onto your back and do the same thing. And you can have hands underneath the forehead if this helps, or head onto the mat. And we're going to take some big breaths here. So breathing in. Beautiful.
So working with that a little bit, just letting yourself drop down into the mat, taking your time, doing what's right for you. So I'm going to invite you, when you're ready, to come up and just move yourself forward. Bring your knees a bit further together, and we're going to come into the Sphinx. So we're going to bring elbows down onto the ground, dropping down. So we've got the tops of the feet down. Hopefully you can see all of me there. Tops of the feet down. I've got my hands on the mat here, and I've got my elbows underneath the shoulders. And to start with, I'm just going to look down in between the fingers. And I'm really feeling myself grounding here. So breathing here, inhaling, feeling the abdomen dropping down onto the ground. Exhale, feel the navel moving towards the spine. Working with the breath here, and as you exhale, on every exhale, just feel yourself dropping a bit deeper into the ground. Every inhale, tuning into the air element. And then I'm going to invite you, if it's comfortable for you, to, on the next time you inhale, to just take a look forward. So we are opening up the chest here. You can even begin to sort of almost feel that you're kind of clawing yourself forward like a sphinx here as you inhale. And then exhale, just letting go a little bit. So inhale, clawing, you're almost kind of pulling yourself, you're not actually pulling yourself, but imagining yourself pulling yourself forward. And exhale, releasing down into the earth. Beautiful. So I'm going to invite you now to bring your hands back, so they're beside the body. Forehead down onto the ground. And then from here we're going to come into a cobra. So tops of the feet down, hands not much weight in them. And we're going to inhale and raise the head and the shoulders. Just coming to where you can come. You can have the hands off the ground and exhale down. So this is really fantastic for the muscles of the back. So just working with your breath, exhaling, grounding down into the earth. Inhale, rising up into the ether, feeling the breath, feeling the water inside you with your movements. One more of these. Beautiful. So from here we're going to do this interesting movement, which is called, the posture is called broken wing. So we're going to take one hand, it doesn't really matter which one you do first, but take one hand out to the side, right directly out from your shoulder. Other hand is on the other side, right next to your shoulder. And what we're going to do is we're going to roll over towards that hand and lift the other leg up. And if that leg can come down and touch the ground behind, that's great. I've just got my fingertips on the ground here, breathing here. This is really opening for the shoulders, for the chest.
but also for the hips and for the knee, for that leg. Beautiful. So then we're going to come back through and do it on the other side. So coming back, taking the other hand out long along the ground, this hand by the shoulder, and raising up the other way. So just doing whatever you need to do here. That's it. Breathing here. Feeling how that really opens the body, opens the shoulder, opens the front of the body, the hips. Lovely. And then coming back down. Beautiful. So we're going to come back into a child's pose. So just getting there in whichever way you want. You can do a wide-legged one, or you can do a legs together, whatever's right for you. You can have hands out in the front here. You can have arms back down here, or you could even lie down into the crocodile like this if this suits you better. We're just having a little bit of a rest here, just doing what's right for you, taking some big breaths to really let go. And then from here, we're going to very gently, in your gentle own time, we're going to transition up to standing. Okay, so meeting me here on the mat in Tadasana, feet directly underneath the hips, knees soft, take a roll back with the shoulders, and just gently taking a few breaths here through the nose, feeling yourself grounding down through the soles of the feet, and also rising up into the ether through the crown chakra, breathing the air, feeling the element of fire in the center of the chest. Beautiful. So from here, we're just going to begin to take some gentle movements with the arms. So bring the arms up and then down. Doing that again. So arms up, maybe looking up in between the hands and bringing the hands down. And this time, as we come up, we're going to come up onto the tiptoes and coming down. Sometimes it might feel really wobbly, and that's okay if you're wobbly. That's wobbly. I was wobbly then. So just doing whatever's right for you. I haven't been doing this very much, so and coming back down. Beautiful. One more of those, and this time we're going to try and stay, if we can, on our tiptoes, and then coming down. I didn't stay for very long. Beautiful. So if you want to do a bit more of that, we're just going to do a little bit of swaying from side to side, so taking the weight to one side and then the other, imagining ourselves as seaweed that's in the bottom of the ocean, that's being waved and swooshed around by the water, and then we're going to take this into more of a kind of swaying, really from side to side. And you can even begin to take the feet out a little bit and really sway over from side to side. Beautiful. Lovely. So we're just going to do a couple more things. So from here, stepping forward this time with the left foot, and then just grounding down with the right leg. Bent left knee, but make sure that you can still see your big toe. We can come down to begin to really ground ourselves down, and then we're going to inhale, raising up. So here we are, raising up into the ether and grounding down into the earth. Breathing the air element, feeling the fire in the chest and all around. And the water is just gently moving us. So breathing here. So then we're going to inhale and exhale, opening to warrior two.
Looking along the front arm. Take a look down, make sure you can still see your big toe in front of your knee. And then we're going to look along the back arm. Look along the front arm, and then inhaling back to Warrior One. Exhaling to Warrior Two. Looking along the back arm. Looking along the front arm. Inhaling back to Warrior One. And last time, opening to Warrior Two. And inhaling back to Warrior One. Beautiful. So bring the hands down. So at the back of the mat, we're going to take the right leg forward, left leg back. So we're on rail race tracks rather than a tightrope here. And raising the arms up into Warrior One. So you can look up or you can just look sort of forward and slightly up. So feeling ourselves raising up into the ether and at the same time grounding down. Maybe take a look down in front of your right knee to make sure you can still see your big toe. Breathing in the air, feeling the fire within. Beautiful. And then we're going to exhale and open to Warrior Two. Inhaling Warrior One. Exhale Warrior Two. So this time we're going to look over the back arm, making sure it's in the right place. Look over the front arm. And again, inhaling Warrior One. Exhaling Warrior Two, really feeling the elements in the body. Looking over the back arm, looking over the front arm. Last time, Warrior One and Warrior Two. So make your way back down onto the mat and we'll do some counter poses. So find your way down onto the mat and we're going to come into semi-supine on our back. So with the feet on the ground behind the bottom. I'm going to invite you to bring the arms out at shoulder height. You can have the palms up or down, it doesn't matter. And we're just going to drop the knees over to one side, rolling on the feet and looking over the opposite arm. And then just coming back over to the other side. Beautiful. Spend a moment here. And then if you want to just have something a little bit strong, you can either just do what we've just done, or if you want something a bit stronger, you can just drop it, bring the knees up into the chest and then drop them down. You can even bring one hand onto the top of the top knee. And again, it's the same thing, but it's a bit stronger. And then coming up through the centre and dropping down the other way. Lovely. So then just doing whatever your body wants. So you might want to do a bridge pose, or you might just want to rock around a little bit like this. And then we're going to come into Shavasana. So just wriggle into the right position on your mat. Hands down by the sides. Feet come down about mat width apart. Closing the eyes, dropping the chin down. And just releasing yourself down into the mat. So staying here for as long as you like. This is the most important pose of the whole practice. Don't feel that because I move you have to. Just stay where you are. Enjoy a moment to yourself before you move on to the rest of your day. So thank you so much for joining me. Hope you've enjoyed the practice. As I said at the beginning, if you are enjoying these videos but not coming to class and would like to support me, then you can make a donation. If you're getting the emails from me, then you will have my bank details there. If you're not getting them, if you've just seen this on YouTube and you like what I'm doing and you'd like to support me, you can email me, and I'm very happy to give you my bank details. And so enjoy the rest of your day. Very, very happy to be sharing these beautiful practices with you. Namaste.